It's called the Game of Kings or the Gentleman's Sport, and it's one of the oldest team sports still thriving today. But for many in the Granite State, their only knowledge of polo looks like this, or comes from this.
Well done! Walk, walk, walk!
But you don't have to travel across the pond to watch a match or even learn to play. Charles Hutchinson runs the Heritage Farm Polo Club and hosts tournaments and teaches lessons right in Canaan, New Hampshire.
The best way I can describe polo is it's kind of like combining golf on a horse at 30 miles an hour with hockey.
The Polo Club runs on the Hutchinson family farm.
Come on, off the line, off the line.
And Charles has made it a family sport with his sons and extended family along for the ride.
Most of these horses are, like I said, they're either retired thoroughbreds or part thoroughbreds or horses that are of thoroughbred lines or Argentine polo pony lines that are bred for polo. Good polo ponies love it. They get mad when they don't get to go to a game. They'll throw a little temper tantrum.
Charles started riding at a young age, but it wasn't until he joined the polo team at Cornell that he really found an equestrian discipline that hooked him.
It's fun for me because I can go out with a horse, and for me it's more about the partnership of horse and rider to accomplish a common goal. And that for me is really what's fun.
I was shocked to find there were people playing polo in New Hampshire. Had no idea. It's pretty exciting. They really thunder along. And the horses go quite fast, and it seems kind of scary. I would think it's kind of scary riding on a horse that fast.
Swing, Bayon! Swing!
Not sure what you're watching? Neither were we at first. The sport takes a little while to learn all the rules, but the basic principle is pretty simple.
4 players on a side. A regulation size field is about 150 by 300 yards. It's roughly 9 acres. And the object is to hit the ball into the opponent's goal more times than he hits it into yours. The rules are very intricate and complicated, and they change, but they're kind of like traffic rules. You can only do certain things and meet people in certain ways, and it's about the safety of the horse.
The horses wear leg wraps to protect them from the balls and keep their tails up and away from any swinging mallets that may get tangled.
A really good polo player can hit the ball at approximately 100 miles an hour, which really hurts. I think the record is 117 or something like that. So you have to be careful that you're not A, in the way, and not B, hitting into a crowd of people.
If you take what's fun about lacrosse, hockey, soccer, there's a ball, there's an out of bounds, there's offense, there's defense, there's passing, there's teammates, there's people playing above their ability, below their ability, there's an umpire, there's a clock, there's overtime, there's sudden death overtime. It's got everything to those sports that make all those sports fun. Then you throw in the horse and it just goes over the top.
I'm aggressive and I love to get out there and bump and tear around, and I love to go fast, so there's nothing really, it's like a perfect mix of everything.
Stay up, Brett.
No mistaking this as a sport. It's a full-body workout for both the humans and the horses.
Every muscle that you never thought you even had, in your arms and stuff, both in your mount hand and in your rein hand. Your legs are working, and it's very physical.
Each person typically will use a horse for 1 to 2 periods at the most. And a full game is at least 4 periods. We call them chukkers. So the bare minimum that you can get away with is 2 horses, bare minimum. Most people try to keep it to 1 horse per chukker. Now, most USPA sanctioned events are 6 chuckers, so it kind of becomes multiples.
Don't worry, put the credit cards away. You don't need to purchase a whole fleet of polo ponies in order to play.
You can come and play polo without having to buy a polo pony. And I think that's one of the things that really I'm trying to get the word out, that if somebody wants to come try polo, they come try polo, and we'll teach them how to do it, and we'll get them out, and we'll give them a horse that's totally safe, totally bomb-proof, and we'll take them right to the ball.
The Heritage Farm Polo Club even hosts clinics with top polo players to teach novices how it's done.
I got back into polo after about 35 years off. Polo is so much fun. It's a team sport. Most of the other riding events I've done are individual. Eventing's an individual sport, dressage. This is a team sport, so the camaraderie is something that I look forward to. And if I can bring my daughter into, maybe she might want to play in college, I don't know.
The Heritage Farm Polo Club is open to horse lovers of all ages, genders, and walks of life. Come try a chucker or two. Players claim there's nothing else like it, and if you don't see yourself in the saddle, there are always some divots to fill in.
And my vision here is with the quiet horses, people that know how to ride, and even people that don't ride very well can come and try.